I'll share this with my Telegram group, and come on, it's slowly loading. We are, if I can type, okay, boom, and then I'm going to say that we are live on to my Discord, which is the trading group. So Discord is trying to load, so let's just wait for that. How y'all doing? I still have to get we are live again. All right, let's go. Testing, testing, testing. Sound looks to be good. Now I need to get the music going. That is about to be done. How y'all doing? Hopefully y'all are having a great Monday. I'm having a good Monday. Bitcoin's pumping. I've had a good day at work, profitable day at work. Iowa DOT did try to screw me over, but I've had a good day of work nonetheless. So let's get it right into the charts and kind of get this thing started. Let me turn up the music a little bit. All right. So let's start on the monthly time. I haven't looked at the monthly in a long time for Bitcoin. The monthly is overbought. We're going to go over to the Coinbase chart, and then we're going to flip the screen so that you guys can see it. Hold on, let me find that. All right, let me flip it. All right, so right now, Bitcoin is approaching the $55,000 area. It did hit the $55,000 area earlier today, but right now, this is the monthly time frame for Bitcoin on the Coinbase chart. It's saying that we overbought. And before I forget, let's go over and look at the Fear and Greed Index. I forgot to do this last time, but I do want to look at it. Right now, we are in extreme greed at 79, so be careful. I'm not surprised after the move we got today. So now we go over back to Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is at $54,600, really holding that 54K region and zone, and really holding that 54.5 zone very well after having that nice 5% pump today. I think basically when Bitcoin goes up 5% in a day, it's the equivalent of an altcoin like Atom or Chainlink going up 100%. It's that kind of crazy move. And maybe it just feels like that because I trade leverage. I don't know. But looking at the monthly time frame is overbought. You can see it's pinned and overbought. Looking at the weekly is, wow, the weekly is also getting into that overbought territory. The 3-day time frame for Bitcoin overbought, but the daily looks really good for Bitcoin. It's oversold, and it's getting the higher, the daily is put in a higher low. And let me zoom in a little bit so we can see where that was at. The daily is put in a higher low around that 53K level. This is, and I've been talking about this before, I told my trading group about this, and I've talked about this before in my YouTube videos. This is a rising wedge. These break down 68% of the time in an average market. In bull markets, they break out more, and in bear markets, they break down more, but the average is 68%. But if they do break to the upside, they break out parabolically. The measured move for this breakout to the upside for Bitcoin is $79,000 and $79,536. So basically $80,000 is the measured move if this breaks to the upside. The daily time frame suggests that you can go to $80,000. The thing that makes me a little bit worried is the fact that you have the 3-day time frame, the weekly, and the monthly all very overbought. But if things get crazy, that does not matter, in my opinion. If we look at the 12-hour just printed a new candle an hour ago, but it still has quite a bit of gas to make a higher high above $55,000. That brings me into Bookmap. Bookmap shows you where the orders are at on Bitcoin, and this usually the price goes to where the most orders are at. You have a lot of liquidity still in that $55,000 area, which I believe now $55,000 is resistance. Good news on Quant. I don't know what to tell you on Quant. So that is kind of what we're looking at, is the $55,000 range is really the price we have to beat. If we beat $55,000, I think we could see a nice move up. To where I will get into that in a second, but $55,000 is the price we really have to beat on Bitcoin. And if we can do that, we can see a nice surge in the price, in my humble opinion. So yeah, that's just what I'd watch for the next few hours until you break 55K again. That's what I'd be looking out for. That's where the most orders are at on Bitcoin. So now let's go back to Bitcoin. On the 8-hour time frame, you're overbought. On the 6-hour time frame, you're overbought. On the 4-hour time frame, you're overbought. The 2 hours overbought. The 1 hour is overbought. Let me zoom in a little bit more. You have resistance, I just said, at $55,000. You have a measured move of $56,000 on the smaller time frames, which I will get into that in a second. But I would definitely say that this is now resistance at $55,000. That's a local high that you cannot get above. It looks like it's trying to flag out here on the smaller time frames, but the 1 hour still overbought, slightly curving down, but the 15 can pin that. Though 15 looks really bullish to me, though. This is where I'm getting kind of excited, but I don't want to get too excited because, again, we're due for a nice pullback. The 15-minute chart for Bitcoin is flagging out in a bull flag, and it does look like it can make another move to the upside, and it could still have gas. The 15-minute chart suggests we go up to $56,220. We'll see what happens, but that is the measured move out of this latest flag on Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens, but that's a bull pennant. These break up 68% of the time. I would say invalidation point of this would be like 54,100. If you break 54.1, I would say that you're going to come back to the lows probably at the top of this range around that 53.8, 53.7 level. So that'd be a $400 dip. But we'll see what happens. Right now, I think the probability is we go to the upside despite being overbought because the 15 has reset, the 10-minute is resetting and getting a bounce, and the 7-minute also has a lot of gas to go. So I think you have to continue filling this flag out. But overall, I would expect by right now it is, what time is it right now? 1956. I would expect in less than 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, or sooner, 2 to 4 hours we'll call it, Bitcoin is going to get a nice move, either to 56.2 or back to the downside to 53.7, 53.6 area. That is going to happen. One of the two has to happen in the next 2 to 4 hours based on what I'm looking at on the chart. So I'm expecting a big move. I think it's more likely we go to the upside because people are going to keep trying to short. People are going to keep saying, oh, we're overbought on the higher time frames. We're due for a pullback, and that's why we keep going higher. Also, if I go back to the weekly time frame, when Bitcoin was close to its all-time highs in the last bull run, the all-time high was 69,000. But you can see, hold on, let me go back. Let me go over here and zoom in a little bit. Bitcoin went straight up on that rally. And then when you got rejected off of 62.3, you came straight down. So really, I don't see a ton of resistance on Bitcoin. I see some resistance at 65,000, and I see obviously resistance at that all-time high around 70,000. Even on the 3-day, though, to me, if Bitcoin can get above 55,000, I don't see a lot of resistance until 65,000 on Bitcoin. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I think short term you'd make smaller resistance areas, but really I could see Bitcoin getting a nice move. If you get above 55K, I could see you getting a short squeeze to 65K in a few days. So it's not going to happen in a day probably, but anything is possible. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking short term for Bitcoin to get a move up to $56,200. I think that's going to happen in 2 to 4 hours, maybe sooner. We'll see what happens. Even right now, though, Bitcoin is getting a little bit of a short squeeze to the upside and trying to break out of the top of this flag. The 7 minutes still has gas. That's what we're looking at. Let's go back to Bookmap, and then we'll look at some altcoins. If I just zoom into Bookmap, it is saying, let me just wait for it to load a little bit. Yeah, you have a few orders here at 54.7, but again, the most orders, even when I zoom in, the most orders are still at that $55,000 area, which suggests, Bookmap suggests we go back to 55,000 if nothing else. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. I'm bullish on it for the night, and I'll leave it at that. If I'm bullish on Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance is going to take the show, and that means altcoins can do their thing, but Bitcoin is going to be in control short term right now. Looking at Bitcoin dominance, it is overbought in the 4 hour. That's a lower high. So altcoins are having fun, but it is looking like the 15-minute chart for Bitcoin dominance right now suggests that Bitcoin is going to rise because Bitcoin dominance only really goes up if Bitcoin is rising to the upside. So right now, Bitcoin dominance is also looking good in a flag on the 15-minute. That suggests that the price of Bitcoin is probably going to continue as well. So that's what I'm looking at for the crypto market. Bitcoin looks to be in control right now for the night. That doesn't mean altcoins can't pump, but it means that Bitcoin is going to probably make another move to the upside here, as we see right now. So Bitcoin looks bullish, Bitcoin Dominance looks bullish, and so does Bookmap. We'll see what happens, but 55,000 is very likely probably in the next 15 minutes. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. Do understand we have a Telegram group, it is free to join, and then inside we have a trading group, which I post their charts every day that I definitely don't post to YouTube. So check that out. Link to join is in the description below. And if you guys have requests now for YouTube or for anything, I will look at them now. If you guys want me to look at requests, I request that you hit the like button. That's all I request. Jasmine to the moon appears it may be breaking out of its symmetrical triangle on the weekly. Is it a good time to get in this trade, even if it is, though it's up so far? I don't know what trade you're talking about. You're talking about Bitcoin? Jasmine to the moon. That's the first request I see, and that's what we're going to go do now. I know Jasmine has been having fun lately. It's been having fun under the sun, and it's been pumping, you know? That's why, if I go back to that Bitcoin Dominance chart, Bitcoin Dominance on the 4 hour is still bearish. It's making a lower high, but the 15 short term for the night looks bullish. But yeah, altcoins have been doing better now recently. So let's go over to Jasmine coin. You said on the weekly, what'd you say? Symmetrical triangle on the weekly. Let's go look at that. I don't know about that. I don't know. Is there a better chart that you're looking at? I don't know about that. It looks like it's just going straight up. Now, I can probably go look at a better chart, such as the Coinbase chart for Jasmine. Maybe that's what you mean. Let's go look. Yeah, I don't see a symmetrical triangle here at all, though. The weekly has more gas for Jasmine, though. Nonetheless, your next resistance is 188. If you break that, this thing is probably going to rip to 344. In fact, I will put an alert on this, and if it breaks 188, I want to be alerted because that probably means it's going to get a bigger move to the upside on Jasmine coin. The 3-day time frame for Jasmine is overbought. The daily time frame actually is getting oversold, flagging out, and it's looking like it's definitely going to make a higher low. If we look at the 12-hour, let me just get rid of this falling wedge because this is no longer a falling wedge. This is now a bull pennant. Both are very bullish patterns, but it's no longer what I was drawing. So it's more something like this now is a bull pennant, which is, again, both break out 68% of the time, but we have to negate the falling wedge because clearly it's not going down, it's going sideways. And this daily 12-hour chart suggests Jasmine can get a move up to about 4.8. So we'll see, or up to, no, that's 5 cents. I'm sorry, that's 5 cents. This suggests Jasmine on the 12-hour can go to 5 cents. I would not be surprised at all if that's going to happen. So Jasmine is looking bullish. I don't see a symmetrical triangle, but I do see this thing pumping to the upside. Even though I'm posting on YouTube, I am going to probably post this to my trading group as well because this does look bullish to me. But I probably post several charts today to my trading group that I definitely don't post on YouTube. So I'm going to just download this image and I will post that later. That looks really bullish to me, and I like that. So yeah, Jasmine looks good to me. MTS on KuCoin, yeah, Bitcoin. I don't think it's too, I mean, I can't tell you what to do. I'm not going to give you financial advice. I will just say this. I'm not going to answer your question, but I will say this. I'm in a Bitcoin trade. My stop loss is at break even, and I'm in a trade based on the 1-hour chart for Bitcoin. Bitcoin made a higher high in the 1 hour. As long as you make a higher low, I'm still in the trade, and I'm trading based on the fact you're above this thick yellow line. If you bought when you broke out of this yellow line or broke above it, when this pump initially started back here at 42.3, 42.4, you'd still be in the trade. Never would have been stopped out if you kept your stop loss at this yellow line, and that's how I'm trading it. So my stop loss is at break even. When the yellow line gets above break even, I'll move it up accordingly if we keep going up, that is. So to me, it looks bullish still, and I will leave it at that. MTS was the next request I see, and then I'm going to look at TikTok and see if there's any requests there. MTS on KuCoin. On XCME. This chart looks bad. 3 days. Okay, I'm not doing TA on that. Let me see. Do I think this is the bull run? Of course I think that. Absolutely. My phone is not being cooperative. Rose, please. Let's go look at Rose. R-O-S-E. R-O-S-E. Rose. Rose token, and this is on, I believe, Coinbase. No, yes. So weekly chart, So Rose got down to 20 on the RSI. Let's just go all in on the RSI right now. So this is not good. Well, it's not bad, but usually when you don't get completely oversold or overbought on the RSI, it reverses prematurely. So here, you didn't go all the way up, and then you came back. I don't know. Usually what happens, though, on the RSI is that it will, if it makes a higher low and doesn't go all the way down to 0, it goes up for a little bit and then comes back down and eventually goes to 0. So it's usually a fake out, in my opinion, from what I've experienced. So the weekly technically is basically oversold, but that, to me, doesn't look great on the stock RSI. Now, the good sign, though, for Rose is, at least on the weekly, that's kind of a rounded bottom, and those are very bullish. So let's go to the 3-day. Weekly looks okay to me. The 3-day is above the 200-day moving average, and you're still in this rounded bottom. Again, very bullish pattern. You could try to front run it and say that, hey, that's a cup. Can we make a handle now and make kind of a flag, and then get your handle and then move to the upside? If that is going to happen, say you make a handle go sideways for a little bit, your measure move is from the top of the channel to the bottom. And it's guesstimating right now, but that would be a move up to 17 cents if you make your handle. If you just keep going up, then so be it. But to me, it looks good on the 3-day. Although the RSI was getting overbought, so be cautious. The daily has more room on the daily time frame. The RSI has more room on the daily, I should say. You're above the 200 on the daily. The 4-hour chart is overbought. Be careful for a double top here. I'll put resistance here for now. But right now, it's, if you break 14 cents, 13.5, then I see this making a big move to the upside. So right now it looks good. Oh, it looks okay. 1 hour's cooked. That's kind of a rising wedge, though, on the 1 hour with a possible double top on the higher time frame. So be cautious on Rose, especially because you're at resistance. Now is not a bad time to take profits. I know the market's going nuts, but if you don't want to take profits, at least have a stop loss pretty tight, because to me, that is a rising wedge. If it breaks up, it could go up to, 15 cents. But if it breaks down, it comes back to where it started, which would be 11.7. Which, if you're okay with just a penny move down, I guess that's not that crazy. Rose looks okay, but looks a little sketchy. I could possibly see it move back to 12 cents if this thing breaks to the downside. They break down 68% of the time, but we are in a bull market, so who knows, right? My big low caps to buy now. I'm buying a bunch of Atom token. I bought more today. And let's go over to Atom and talk about Atom. Something else I want to watch is Matic coin. But Atom is breaking to the upside, booming to the upside, in fact. And it's breaking resistance. Very good, in my opinion. I like this because you can earn on Ledger 23% APY. So I like Atom coin for that reason. You're breaking out of the falling wedge. My measure move is $18 roughly and change. So far, so good. 3 days cooked, though. But I like this. Daily has more gas. We'll see what happens. I look at, the weekly has more movement to the upside. Monthly, a little bit more. So I like Atom. And really, the all-time high is $42. That's still a 4x away. And if you get 4x plus earning APY every year on your money, that's not bad. I think it can do a 10x from here. And that's what I'm buying. But someone did say to me Matic is still interesting. So I want to look at Matic and humor the idea of Matic. So Matic on the monthly has a lot of gas. I'd rather hold Atom because you can stake it, and I think both can do a 10x. To me, Matic doesn't look nearly as enticing. Even the weekly's overbought. Atom's oversold on the weekly or at like 30 on the stock RSI. But that's around the bottom on the 3-day. That's really bullish, although the stock RSI is overbought. I don't know, man. I think Atom looks way better than Matic, to be honest with you. But someone said Matic was looking good, and I don't see it right now. It looks okay on the 3-day, but... thank you for the follow. How about Will? Do you think this is the official bull market? Guys, it goes in cycles. Whenever we're near the halving, you get a pump. After the halving, you usually get kind of consolidation or downside. And we're probably due for downside here pretty soon. But, yes, it's the bull run, you know. Absolutely, I think it's the bull run. Metro Strike was MTS on KuCoin. I see. Alright, so... someone requested on here... How about WooCoin? WooCoin is pumping to the upside, it looks like. Let's look at the weekly on WooCoin. I believe this is on what? MEXC? Alright. It's on MEXC. So let's just chart it out. You had a local high there at 70 cents. And let me get rid of that out of my way. That was a local low down there at 10 cents. You had another local low there. You are breaking resistance right now. So to me right now, this thing wants to keep going to the upside. On WooCoin, your next resistance approaching would be 68 cents. The weekly is gas. The 3-day is overbought, but you're above the 200 moving average. I like that. The daily is above the 200. I like that. The 12-hour is above the 200. Although you overbought in these time frames, so be careful. 8 hours probably going to make a higher low. That's a good sign. So again, just be cautious. 4-hour looks really bullish to me, though. Look at that. That's kind of about to be a rounded bottom. Are we going to make a cup and handle here on this? You could even say, if you want to have multiple ideas on WooCoin, that that's also a bull pennant breaking to the upside. So both of these are bullish patterns. I could see this being a cup and handle. I could also see this being a cup and handle, and then you would get your handle here. Some consolidation. If you do get a handle, your measure move is from the top of the cup to the bottom of the cup. And roughly your next measure move could be up to the double top there at 55 cents. So that doesn't look great. I like the rounded bottom more, but that's... I don't know. I like what I'm seeing. I'm sorry. I like the bull pennant more because that would give you a higher measure move up to 57 cents. So either one are very bullish patterns. I see a rounded bottom. Also, I could see a bull pennant. Both are bullish patterns. To me, as long as you hold the level of 49 cents, this thing has gas. I would say 48 cents to be conservative. You could enter long now with a stop at 48 cents, and that'd be a very safe trade to be in on WooCoin. Bitcoin almost touching 55K again. It is 3x for an hour. What? What do you mean it's 3x for an hour? What? This thing went to 6 cents? This is also a MEXC. Okay, that's kind of crazy. You had a wick all the way up to 3 cents, and now you just had a wick down below 1 penny. That's like... I mean, I guess that's the 4 hours, not like the 15. Yeah, that's pretty volatile. Thoughts on Cardano? Someone also requested PNG. Thoughts on Cardano? I don't have thoughts on Cardano, you know? I don't. Although, yeah, Cardano's probably going to... I don't know. I think it's going to do better than Ethereum, but it's higher risk to me. I don't know. So I guess that's my thoughts. I don't know. I don't know. Ethereum just seems safer because you can stake it. So I'd probably just go with Ethereum. The weekly has gas. The 3-day is overbought. The daily is overbought, but you're well above the 200-day moving average. I like that. 8-hour, that's getting sketchy. 6-hour, higher low. It's almost going parabolic. It's going parabolic when you're making higher highs before the stock RSI while the stock RSI is resetting and you're making a higher high before that even happens. That's crazy. That just shows you're going parabolic. Bitcoin did that earlier today on the 15-minute time frame. Let me show you. See? Bitcoin right here. The RSI was resetting, but the price was going up. That means Bitcoin's going parabolic. That's why I said today was a crazy move for Bitcoin. And it's probably not very sustainable, but I'm still in my long, so I'll leave it at that. 15-minute for PNG looks good. It's in a nice uptrend. Let me go back to the 4-hour on PNG. Do we have any price history above where we are right now? We don't. Well, we have all-time highs for PNG. PNG on KuCoin. Let's see if we're at all-time highs. Or even on Coinbase. PNG. No, we're not all-time highs. So here we go. Resistance up there at $4.62. Support or resistance there at 81 cents. That's the next resistance, is 81 cents on PNG. You look good on the smaller time frames, higher highs, higher lows. I like what I'm seeing on that. This is a rounded bottom on the 15-minute time frame. Rounded bottoms, if you just buy them when you see them, pay the bills. The 15-minute has gas here well above the 200-day moving average. I think these are getting far apart, so it's getting higher risk. But again, this could be another cup and handle. These are very bullish patterns, or it could just be a rounded bottom. But that's I'm guesstimating here. You form your handle and measure move maybe up to 52 cents. PNG looks good to me right now. Thank you for the follow. If you guys have a request, let me know in the comment section below, and I will look at them. What's a good stop loss and take profit for Bitcoin? I can't tell you that. You got to figure that out yourself, I got in at 51.8. That's where my stop loss is at. If you get in now and you're doing leverage, you gotta be able to know that, because if your stop loss is too low and it's below liquidation, that's a big problem too. So, if you're not doing it, depends if you're using leverage or what you're doing. It also depends on the price action. So, I think a safe bet is to have your stop loss below the flag. This is the flag right here. So put your stop loss somewhere down here. I'm not going to tell you where to put it. A good take profit? Yeah, I don't have a take profit in my trade because I believe if I just play the 1 hour chart, Bitcoin is going to keep going up. You might get consolidation back to 53K, back down to 54K. But I believe on the 1 hour, we're going to keep going up. And on the 1 hour time frame, if you were doing my strategy that I'm doing for my trade, your stop loss would be at $50,500. If you stay above that level, I believe Bitcoin's going to keep making higher highs. If you break the 51K level, basically, then I'm looking for a big move to the downside, maybe into the 40s. So, no problem. Someone wants me to look at Cardano, guys. Should I look at Cardano? Thank you for the 200 likes on TikTok. I appreciate that. Also, thank you for the 1 member. You can help support the channel by becoming a member on either on Discord or on TikTok. But let's look at Cardano on the daily. Actually, I'm going to start on the weekly. Weekly has gas. 3-day is overbought. The daily looks really good to me. This is a rounded bottom on the 3-day. It's kind of a V-shaped recovery more than anything. But that's a V-shaped recovery. That's a bullish pattern. I like rounded bottoms. They pay the bills. Buy the rounded bottom. You will get paid 95. I don't know. I'd say 70% of the time or more, especially in bull markets. Bull markets, it might be 90% of the time that you get paid when you buy a rounded bottom. Here's what I would look for now is a cup and handle. Your cup could be steeper, but that could give you a measure move close to 70 cents. Another 5-cent move up on Cardano. 12-hour chart has more gas as well. That looks really bullish to me. That confirms the 12-hour looks like definitely a cup and handle. The 8-hour is overbought, but now the 8's out overbought. So what you get now, what you would want to look for, let me find my pen. I should really know where they're at. Okay, what you want to see now is consolidation in your in what you would want to form as your handle, and then you get the breakout to the upside. So you want to see the stock RSI reset lower while this is going somewhat sideways or slightly down, and then you can make a higher low on the 8-hour, and then that's where the higher time frames take over and you go back to the upside. That's how the cup and handle works. 6 hours overbought, 4 hours overbought. So yeah, you want to see some slightly down, slightly sideways consolidation, maybe back down to 60 cents on Cardano, and then you can get the move back to 67 cents on Cardano. That's the most likely scenario, in my opinion. Cardano looks really juicy to me. I think Ethereum looks juicy as well, though, so I'll leave it at that. I'm going to go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the 15-minute is just getting started. Look at this. I bet the 7's overbought now on Bitcoin. It is. Look at that. So now what you want to see on Bitcoin is the 7-minute. Let's even go to the 5-minute. The 5-minute's overbought. The 3-minute's probably starting to curve. No, it's not. So I would just watch the 7-minute time frame. You are breaking out of this channel right here. So now what you want to see is a retest of the top of this channel. So you want to see some consolidation here. Maybe make a falling wedge on the 1-minute or on the 3-minute time frame. Let's go to the 3-minute time frame so I can show you what I'm anticipating is going to happen next for the price action. So the 3-minute, you made this move up. I would be looking now for a flag on the 3-minute time frame, something like this. Make kind of a falling wedge, a slightly slanted I would just call that a falling wedge, you know? Make a falling wedge on the 3 minute. Make a higher low. If that happens, you give the 7 minute time to reset, and then that's what I'm projecting next. A move slightly down for Bitcoin, and then a higher move back. And that 3 minute flag, if it plays out, could get you above $55,000. So that's what I'd be looking at. This says Bitcoin, if you make this flag, this says Bitcoin could pump to 55,000 in about an hour or less. 1 minute's overbought, making a lower, or that's actually a higher high. So Bitcoin might not be done yet, but if you start flagging out here, that'd be a really bullish and healthy sign of continuation to the upside. And if you do flag out here, that shows you could get above 55,000 on Bitcoin. A lot of liquidity now building up here at that $55,000 area. I'm calling 55,000 here in the next hour or so. I'm going to say in the next 60 minutes, we probably see $55,000. But short term, I'm thinking we see 54.7 again. But the 15 has gas, so I don't expect too much consolidation until the 15 gets overbought again. So that's what I'm looking for in the smaller time frames. And the 3 minute flagging out here would be basically a retest of this breakout. That's really bullish, and then you can make a move back up. That's what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. Meta Plus. So do you have the ticker for that? I'm sorry about that. VTHO is the next request. VTHO. What is this? I'll look at the higher time frames, but just quickly look at that. That's a beautiful bull pennant on VTHO. I don't know anything about this token, but this says this is very likely to pump to the upside. 68% chance this break makes a move to the upside. I think it's even higher because the entire market's pumping and we're in a bull market. And this token looks really hot on the 4 hour. So you're above the 200. I like this. My guess is, I'm going to also post this to my trading group. My guess is that pumps. Just looking at the 15 minute, I would assume that that's going to make a fun move to the upside. That says that could get to 1.6. But let's also look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour is oversold, making a higher low. Also, if I zoom in here, I see that the 1 hour is flagging out. Let's just go to the 15 minute. That's going to show us even better. So you have that bull pennant on the 4 hour for VTHO, but you also have a bull pennant now on the 15 on the smaller time frames, which confirms that it doesn't confirm anything, but it almost gives you more. It gives the trade more likelihood of playing out on the higher time frames because you're seeing the smaller time frames agree with the higher time frames of what it wants to do. So the smaller time frames say you could get move to up to 5.8. So that's what I'm looking for on VTHO, and it looks good for a move to the upside right now. So wow, look at the daily. The daily. It's just getting started on the stock RSI. 3 days overbought. Weekly is overbought. I'd be cautious, but the 4 hour looks primed. I would take, if I had money to put in this, right now I'm in Bitcoin, but if I had extra money on the side, I would take this trade. 100% I would. Right now the price is $51.62. We'll call it 52. That's a 200% gain possibly coming on the 4 hour time frame for VTHO. That's going to go to my trading group. I like that a lot. The 1 hour looks good. I like that. Did I see what happened to Epic Protocol on KuCoin? Good analysis by you when I mentioned it a couple days ago. I have not. Well, maybe is that my watch list? AIPK. Yeah, it is. AI. Oh my God! Look at that. Rounded bottoms pay the bills. I went over this 2 days ago, and look at that. Wait a second. Let me zoom in. Though I didn't chart. Yeah, I was talking about this. That's great. And you haven't even had the measure move. You could still get up there to 3.8, 3.9. 4 hour looks great. That's awesome. Can I look at Cody? Sure, let's go look at Cody. I'm going to leave that one there because I like that trade. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's cooked. It is what it is. A lot of the daily's cooked. 12 hours cooked. But you're above the 200, so that, I mean, it's very bullish. It's still an uptrend, still going to make higher highs, higher lows. Be cautious. Smaller time frames look like a rising wedge, but I would almost negate that. You made a higher low on the RSI while continuing up. It's just going parabolic at this point. 2 hours overbought. Be cautious. You probably need to come back down to the 200 moving average. The 1 hour, same thing. 1 hour is making a higher low. That's really bullish. This is kind of going nuts, actually, at this point. This is like kind of a slanted rounded bottom. I'm seeing so many rounded bottoms in this market. It's crazy. That's a rounded bottom, and actually this is a cut, it's a slanted cup and handle. You don't see this all the time, but that's exactly, so that's your cup, a slanted cup, and then you have your handle here. This looks very bullish as well. I might put this out to my trading group, so thank you for this request. I'm kind of giving you the sauce here on YouTube. Usually throughout the week, if I see something like this, I won't tell you on YouTube. I'll just post it to my trade group. That's saying a 47% chance of gains are coming for this token. So I like this one. Third one I'm going to post tonight. Thank you for the follow. And thank you for the follow, Glover. Let me see. Cody looks really good to me. So if there's any other requests, let me know. Otherwise, I think it's been a good night. Look at that. Let's go to the 1 minute time frame. It's not, I mean, Bitcoin is starting to flag out here on the 1 minute, but it's not getting much downside action. It's just going sideways. So that's fine. I still think it's possible you come down to that 54.7 level, but it's maybe not super likely because the 15 still has a lot of gas. It's just getting started. So the 1 minute's already oversold. Let's go look at the 2 minute for Bitcoin. 1 minute really is telling you everything. And the fact, if you get back above 54.8, it's just going to rip. And what's going to be happening really then is that it's making a smaller flag. I want to see a retest of the breakout, but that might not be happening. That's a bull pennant on the 1 minute time frame, about to break to the upside. So you are just going up. I mean, there's not much consolidation for Bitcoin. The 1 minute time frame says you could get up to 54,950 on Bitcoin, maybe slightly higher. So I guess we'll get rid of this flag because as of now, it's if you stay above 54.8, it's very unlikely that flag plays out, and it's likely this one is continuing. That's a bull pennant on the 1 minute. Very little consolidation. So, but I mean, the 15 again has gas. So this looks. If you stay above, I guess you did get moved to 720 very quickly. I admit, you did get that move down. It just, I didn't think it was going to happen that fast, but Bitcoin's going parabolic today. That 1 minute time frame, we'll see if it plays out. These break out to the upside, bull pennant 68% of the time, so we'll see if we can get that move back up. Thank you guys for the likes. Someone requested Shiba, and someone requested Theta. Not Theta, Theta. How do you say that? I don't know, but anyways, let's go look at Shiba. I'm waiting for this to load, so bear with me. I don't know why it's blank. There, I'll just refresh it. Shiba coin. All right. Shiba has room on the weekly. That's a rounded bottom. I've been showing you rounded bottoms all night. I've showed you on what was it? Well, I don't know. I already lost the coin, but that's a rounded bottom on the weekly. For the heck of it, I'll draw it, and we can see if it plays out. I'm guessing it will. Weekly has gas on the stock RSI. 3 days cooked. The daily is overbought, about to cross the 200. Actually, it's already above it, but the 200 smooth moving average is about to cross that. Shiba looks really good. You're about to break that resistance at 10.10. Your next stop would be 13 basically on Shiba coin. 8 hours cooked, 6 hours cooked, 4 hours cooked, 2 hour is overbought, 1 hour. This is due for consolidation. So really at this point though, if you don't get above 10.10, you're going to get rejected here. Let's go back to the daily, and it's likely you go back to maybe your support at 8.7. You know, that's the likely scenario. But I think it's unlikely you go that low if this is going to be around the bottom. So we'll see what happens. I don't love where Shiba's at. It's overbought on like every time frame, but Shiba's just not fun to trade anymore. And that's my opinion. So I don't know. What was the one I did before Cody? I don't know. Was it this one? I don't remember. Someone tell him. Thanks. I'll see it in the group. Awesome, Tito. So Tito's in the group. All right. VRTX. I'll post everything to the trading group when this stream's over. VRTX. I think I'm missing one. Yeah, I was going to look at Theata first. I'm definitely not pronouncing that right, but it is what it is. Weekly is getting the bounce to the upside on Theta coin. That 3-day is about to touch the 200 up there, the one I trade. Most people trade this 200, the 200-day moving average. I trade the 200 smooth moving average. Yeah. I think it's more precise, to be honest with you. The daily is overbought, so I'm going to just look at all these time frames, get a gauge on how overbought we are, and then we'll go back and look at the resistance levels for this coin. Yeah, just like Shiba, this thing's cooked. It's breaking out more than Shiba is. So let's look at this. All right, so resistance at $14. That's a long ways away. Our next local high was $4.57. We're at $2.14. You have a local low down there at 56 cents. That was a long ways away. This coin is going to perform very well if you got this at 56 cents, and if you even hold to the all-time high, that's a 30x for a solid project. So this is really the next macro resistance that I see, which is your right at the resistance is right at the 200-day moving average on the 3-day time frame, and it's and price is right there too, and you're overbought. So I would not be surprised at all if you got rejected off the price level of $2.50 or $2.60 and come back down for a bullish consolidation at $1.50. Bitcoin ripping! Look at that! The flag played out. The flag played out. Wow. Did Bitcoin just make a new high for the day? Let's look at the 5-minute. My chart's getting messy at this point, so I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete this one. Bitcoin, I think, just made a new high for the day now, if nothing else. Oh, yeah, it did. Look, the previous high was 54K. Bitcoin just went up to 55.1. Are you actually kidding me, bro? What? Wow, I told you stay above the 1 hour smooth moving average, and it pays. At least it has so far, ever since 43K. That's crazy. If you just do the math, okay? If you just do the math, and you entered a 40, I'm in a 40x long right now in Bitcoin. I didn't enter at 43K, but say I did enter this trade at 43,000. Bitcoin's at 55,150 right now. That's crazy. That's a 23% move to the upside in price action. If you're on 40x leverage, that's a 9x. And I would have put $300 in the trade, because that's usually what I trade with. Right now, this trade's less than, it's like $50. You made $3,000 in just under a month of trading. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? So that's a strategy I use. It's obviously easier in a bull market when it's not just chop, but Bitcoin making a breakout. Let's go back and look at Bookmap. So Bitcoin, I told you, 55,000 has a lot of liquidity. Bookmap is kind of behind. It's saying we're still under 55K, so I'm not sure what's up with that. That's kind of bizarre. Let me turn the camera so you guys can see it. Yeah, it's still saying we're at 54.9 coin. That's weird. That's like way behind. That's crazy. But you have some more liquidity up here at 55.5. I guess we'll have to wait for that to catch up. Okay, let's go look at VRTX on KuCoin. Someone just requested that. VRTX. Not a lot. I mean, it's each candle's 3 days, right? So I'm just gonna see if what time frames are overbought. I don't love this. Just like Theta and just like I don't know. Yeah, but I like this better than Theta, and I like this better than Shiba, because now the 4 wasn't overbought. Be careful here. That's kind of a rising wedge, but again, Bitcoin's going parabolic. There's a very good chance this does as well. If this breaks back to the downside, these break back down to where they started. So that would come back down to 32 cents if it doesn't play out. If it does play out, you take it from the last local high to the last local low, and you would get a parabolic move possibly to 70 cents on Theta coin. If these break down 68% of the time, but I think in bull markets they probably break down about 40% of the time, or maybe it's only 50-50, you know? In bear markets they probably break down 80%. The average is 68% of the time they break down. Be careful. This does seem like an okay trade, but it's high risk because it's a rising wedge. So, I will leave it at that, and that's definitely a rising wedge, but it could play out. So, if it plays out to the upside, you measure maybe 70 cents. If it doesn't, you're going back down to 32 cents where you came from. And it's pretty much that simple. It's not rocket science. The Bookmap's still way behind. So, how far Bitcoin going do you think? Well, I said in my trading group, I think if Bitcoin breaks $55,000, I don't see any resistance on the weekly and daily time frames until 65K. I'm not saying you're going to go up there tomorrow, but thank you for the likes. What do I think of ICP? I think it's a shit coin, but I'm gaining more respect for ICP because I at one point thought ICP was done for. I don't think it's ever going to make a new all-time high, but I think ICP could make you some money this bull run. I would never invest in it. I would only trade it. I think ICP is still a shit coin. I don't know, Dude, okay, here's the thing. This isn't the thing about ICP. If we just go to the weekly time frame, I'm going to find a better chart than this, though. ICP on Coinbase. I think it has the data I want. Okay, not really, but at one point, this thing was worth $626. The thing dumped like a scam coin to under $3. If you would have bought it when it initially launched on Coinbase, you'd still be down 90%, but it's just unfortunate. I mean, that's crazy. But I will say from the lows, you'd be up, 3-4x. So depends when you buy. I'm also charting this on the weekly, making a higher low, or it's going to. It's not quite oversold yet. The daily looks prime for ICP for a move all the way up to $78. So I actually am bullish on ICP right now, although I guess you could get back to $600 if everything goes crazy. But overall, the fact that it went from $600 some dollars, almost $700 down to under $3, I just feel bad for whoever bought it when it first launched. So it's never a good idea to buy a coin that launches on a big exchange the first day, but that's just, for it to dump like that is kind of brutal. It was also the bear market, but still. So this is a bull pennant. These break up 68% of the time. Very bullish consolidation, making higher highs and higher lows. This is another one that I probably would be getting ready for. I'm going to post this to the trade group. I think the weekly has more downside, so I'll say this is higher risk. But the only reason I would be cautious about this trade right now is because the weekly still has a lot of downside. But the daily looks good, so if you just trade the daily, you can make money. And then if I would sell, though, when the daily gets overbought, even if it makes a higher high, because the weekly is pushing down on you. Okay, so short-term ICP right now could make another move to the upside. Keep it simple. Bull pennant right now. That'd take you right to that resistance at $14. I think ICP could hit $14 pretty soon. Oh, be cautious though, because the 15 is overbought, so I would stay away from that. Oh my gosh! I'm not even speechless. Because here's the thing. I told you, at some point we need to pull back. This is going kind of nuts at this point. But this is crazy. 50. If we stay above $55,000, I don't see any resistance until $65,000 on Bitcoin. I just don't. I'm not saying it could happen tonight, but I don't think it's going to. Oh, it launched right at COVID? Yeah. Can you look at I'm scared that's a scam coin. SF. If the market's ripping, I stay in Bitcoin. SFTC. Is that how you spell it? SWFTC. All right, guys. SWFTC. That's on Coinbase. All right. I feel like the name screams. Okay, so at one point this was. That's actually not that bad. It only went down 83%. Okay, the name sounds horrible, but it's not as sketchy as I thought it would be. I bet there's more price history on another chart though, because usually Coinbase does not list coins first. Oh, there's no. I don't know. This is the chart we'll use. There's no price history, so the next stop is 47.49 on this coin. There's no TA to do. I mean, like, this is the. Okay, let me look at the 3-day. I'll look at the 3-day. We'll get more TA. But you went straight down and straight up. Now, what I could project without doing very deep TA on this is another cup and handle. That's a bullish cup and handle, and I could see this getting up to that resistance level, flagging out, something like that. I don't know if it goes that deep. It depends how crazy the market gets. But if this makes a cup and handle long term, this thing can rip. I don't know what this is. It probably is a $20 million market cap, but that could get to 2.7 cents. That would be an awesome trade if something like that were to pan out. I just gave you a possible trade that could do a 500-600% in the next 1 to 2 months, right there. So there you go. I would wait for this to get back to this resistance level, then go down. So I would say this is a wait for at least the next 2 weeks, but that's something you might want to watch. This is a coin I'd watch. I'm going to add this to my watch list. This is something I'd watch long term. And I'll put an alert. That way I can alert my trading group. If it looks good to me, I'm going to go back to regular. That way I can be alerted properly if the price goes to where I want it to go. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to look at the 1 minute time for Bitcoin. Let's see if Bookmap is up to date now. So there you go. It's up to date now. $55,400. You can see right now a lot. Look at that. Oh my gosh, big red. We want $56,000 according to Bookmap. So let me just zoom in. $56,000. I'm calling it. We're going to see $56,000 very soon. I think the Bitcoin chart has 15. The 15 has gas. I'm not going to be surprised at all if Bitcoin right now gets a short squeeze to $56,000 in the next 15, 20, 30 minutes. Maybe the next hour. $56,000 is very possible. But this is getting this is kind of at this point going parabolic, right? I mean, Bitcoin's up over 30% for the month. Be cautious. So be cautious on Bitcoin. I'm going to zoom back out so you guys can see the entire screen. Let's see. Best entry price for XYO. Oh my gosh! It's getting busy. Bitcoin continuing the pump. So I can't even, I'm just, Bookmap told me $56,000 is coming, and I think we're going to watch it happen right now. So, this is crazy. I can't even chart it out on the 1 minute. We're going just straight up. This is a level I'd watch out for Bitcoin now, and see if you can flip this as support with a fair value gap on the 1 minute forming. So 55.5 could be it should be consolidation. So really, here's what I would expect. Maybe Bitcoin sees 56K. I would like to see a higher low made now at 55.5. We'll see what happens, but you have a fair value gap here in the 1 minute time frame at 55.5 for Bitcoin. So very likely Bitcoin comes back to 55.5 at some point. You could, this is kind of just going straight up at this point, though. I mean, but the reason it keeps going straight up is like everyone's saying, oh my gosh, you can't keep going up this fast. This is going nuts. And then everyone tries to short the top, and then we get a short squeeze, and hence why the price continues to go up. Because people are trying to short this, and they keep getting liquidated, and whenever they get liquidated, the price goes up. That's how this works. But I think short term, maybe you get to 56K before it happens. I think at some point you guys receive 55.5. I think it's likely you have to do it. Maybe now the 1 minute flags out. We'll see what happens. Let's just kind of see if we can front run this idea. Maybe it keeps pumping. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see what happens. Let's see if I can just make a new high. So it probably keeps going up here. This is out of control at this point. XYO. XYO. What the hell, bro? Why am I looking at XYO? I used to love this coin. Now I just feel like it's straight garbage. Yeah, I don't know. There's money to be made on it, that's for sure. Alright, so weekly is gas. The monthly's cooked. The 3 days cooked. The daily's going to make a higher low here. And I like this XYO, even though I think it's a shit coin at this point. It's looking good. That's a bull pennant if I've ever seen one. And the amount of bullish pennants, rounded bottoms I've seen tonight has been like no other on altcoins. I can't remember the last time, probably the last bull market, but in the last bull market I didn't do TA like this. I just didn't know how to do it. So like, this is the craziest I've ever seen this market in a long time. Ever since I've been able to do TA, this is the craziest I've seen this market. Measure move would be 11.87. That'd take you right to resistance. That's beautiful. Daily time frame saying that is going to happen. I don't know. Like, you guys can't trade all of this, right? But I'll post this to the trading group. 52% gains possible on XYO on the daily time frame. I like that. I'm not going to tell you where to get in, but the daily is oversold. The 12-hour is oversold. The 8-hour is getting the bounce and has a lot of momentum to the upside. The 6-hour, same thing. The 4-hour is pretty much same thing. The 2-hour even has gas. I mean, this is crazy. That's a rounded bottom on the 2-hour time frame. Even though it's a small one, that's a rounded bottom. You got a bearish fake out. You pumped. I mean, like, now this is what... Now you want to see the price make a falling wedge back to the bottom of the pattern, and make a higher high up to 8.4. That's what I'd be looking for XYL. This thing looks ridiculously bullish. 1 hour has gas. That's a rounded bottom on the stock RSI. I don't really like to trade that on the stock RSI, but it technically is a rounded bottom on the stock RSI. Bro, this is absolutely nuts. You kind of are flagging out somewhat on the 1 minute, but not by much. The 1 minute's making a higher. Look how fast it's getting oversold. That suggests you just keep pumping right now, and you make another small bull pennant like you had back here. This thing is gonna rip again. It's not done yet. Bitcoin, I said, if Bitcoin breaks $55,000, we are gonna hit 65K faster than you would believe. 56.8 is possible tonight for Bitcoin. $56,800. At some point, the 15 is going to have to reset for Bitcoin. But right now, 15 has more gas. The 7 minutes cooked. The 10 minutes cooked. Now you watch the 15. As long as, you probably have another half hour of pump it. This is crazy. $56,000 Bitcoin. Absolutely crazy. Here you go. You're going to hit 56K. Let's go back to Bookmap and see what it's saying. Aurora thoughts? No thoughts. Look at this. 56,000, a lot of liquidity up there. If I zoom out a little bit more, let's see if we have any liquidity above us, above 56K. 57K has liquidity, guys. We could see 57K tonight, according to Bookmap. There's not much up there, but there is liquidity up there at 57K. You know? So I think my 1 minute flag says 56.8 is possible. Bookmap is saying 57 is possible. I think we see at least 57K tonight. At some point, we need a cool down, but 57K could happen. It totally just, it could. You know, that's crazy how fast that got oversold. That's crazily bullish. But, it's just kind of going nuts. So, you know, I see 57K very possible in the next few hours, maybe even sooner. 200,000, here we come. I mean, at this rate, you know. $57,000 is getting more liquidity at this point, so I'd be calling for a $57,000 Bitcoin now at this point. You know, that's just what the chart's telling me. Yeah, there's no way Bitcoin's going back to 30K at this point. There's absolutely zero chance. 1% chance. I mean, anything can happen, you know. I'm open-minded, but at this point, if you're going to go to 30K, it would have already happened, in my opinion. So 3 minute hasn't even started going down, so I mean, this flag's filling out. You know, if you hold this last local low here at 55.6, you're good. I did say a few minutes ago, though, I see Bitcoin needing to retest 55.5. So if you did, you're in a bull pennant right now. But if you did something like this, I would not be surprised at all if Bitcoin does this. So either you make a falling wedge here or you make a bull pennant. Right now, let's make it a bull pennant. The falling wedge looks less and less likely, but I kind of want to see it retest that 55.5 level. It doesn't seem like it wants to do it, though. It seems like you just want to keep going straight to the moon. Like, you know, this is, I mean, this is kind of out of control at this point. Yeah, this is, I've never used emojis on here, really. Anyways, that's what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. You guys probably want to see the chart and not just my random screen. But anyways, this is what I'm looking for. Bitcoin, $57,000. This is kind of what I'd be watching for on Bitcoin. I have never looked at this stuff before. You know, I don't think I have. Oh, look at this. You can do this? What? That's kind of cool. That's my projection for where Bitcoin goes, is $57,000. Where that B is where I see us going tonight. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Right now, it's looking really good, though. Yeah, a lot of liquidity still at 57,000. So if there's any other requests, let me know. This is kind of getting out of control. And what's up? Do I think about ICX play? Can you do LCX? What do you think about LCX? Is everyone interested in LCX, or is it just like one person spamming? I don't know. LCX. LCX. Guys, there's no liquidity. Oh, why? Okay. There's no liquidity on this, but I mean, there's liquidity, but it's low volume. The weekly has, yeah, weekly's in a downtrend, but the chart looks like it's going up. 3-day looks great. Daily looks great. I think I talked about this before. To me, this is still in a falling wedge. You still have not negated the low. As long as you stay above 21 cents, this thing is still bullish. And I still could see this going to 55 cents. I don't know. But you could see 122% gains coming out of LCX token pretty soon. So this will be posted to my trading group. Yeah, it's still bullish in my opinion. Nothing else to talk about. If you stay above 21 cents, you're bullish. If you lose 21 cents, you're going back to 16 cents. There's, I mean, nothing else to say. Thank you for the likes. Wow, we're at 1,000 likes now. Thank you for the follows as well. And we got 1% subscribed on TikTok. We have a Discord if you guys are interested in joining that. Link to join that's in my description below. And ICP, I already looked at that. If you guys want to rewatch it, go to the YouTube live stream. But I'm not going to go back over ICP. I did say it was bullish, so. And if you guys join the trading group, I will be posting ICP because it's one of the trade setups that I have. That's kind of what's going on. Bitcoin just hit $56,000, I think, with a wick, or very nearly at least. Well, I'm telling you, 57K is going to happen sooner than you believe. Yeah. That's just what I see. What am I holding? Just one coin. You want to see what coin it is? Let's go look at that coin. It's Atom coin because you earn 9% APY if you keep on Coinbase and 23% APY if you keep it on your ledger. And so you earn passive income and you earn more coins by holding it. And plus, I think it can do a 10x. So nothing crazy, but I think it's a very safe play that I won't lose money on. And I also like the fact you can stake on it. If I couldn't stake Atom, I wouldn't buy Atom. Bro, oh my God, 57,000 is going to happen sooner than you believe. It just had a wick to 56.5, and we are continuing the rip. 57,000 has so much liquidity right now, it's not even funny. People are getting FOMO like you couldn't believe. This is absolutely out of control. Wow, this is out of control. All right, well, Bitcoin wants to keep going to the upside, so I guess we'll let it keep going to the upside. Wow. All right, someone wants me to look at ETC. I don't know how I can do it with what's going on in the market, but here we try. ETC. ETC. Wow. Well. I don't know, man. Chart looks good. You got resistance at $50 incoming. You have more resistance, I can't talk. You have more resistance at $40 incoming, and you have support to me at $25, so $24. Nah, bro. Bitcoin just broke $57,000. Are you actually... This is unbelievable. Where are we going? Like 58,000. Look at that. 58,000 has the most liquidity on Bookmap right now. This is like the craziest stream ever. 58,000 is probably going to happen sooner than you can believe. I said before today in my trading group, if we break $55,000, we are going to go parabolic. I mean, we just hit 57,230. Now we have more liquidity at $58,000. So, here's the thing. Now in the 1 minute time frame, you want to see another flag. That's how you know if we're going to go higher. This is getting crazy. Like, tomorrow we could see an all-time high at the rate we're going for Bitcoin. I don't know if that's going to happen. But at some point, the 15 is going to get overbought. 15 is getting close to being overbought now. So this could be the top, at least for the night. But this has been a crazy run so far. Bitcoin's up $2,000 in an hour. So let me just get out of that really quick. Can you sell a bit of your Bitcoin to bring prices down? I need to stack some more for cheap. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to hold on to my diamonds. No. Thank you for the likes. Bitcoin. Oh my God, Ethereum just broke 3250. Here you go. Look at this. Leverage traders are probably getting absolutely wrecked right now because they keep trying to short. One man's flagging out right now, so. Alright, let me delete this old flag and continue on to the next one. You know? I'll recycle that line, and we can see if we can make another flag here. These polls are getting out of control. 58,000 is on Bookmap as the next area of liquidity. I bet that line takes you right there. It takes you to 58,250. So, to me, that's your next resistance is 58. That's the next target, at least. 58,250 for Bitcoin. 58,300, actually. Ton of liquidity at 58,000. Very likely we go to 58,000 before this short squeeze is done. But here you go. This is what you gotta watch out for. You could be losing it now. You could be done because you just had a crazy rally. The 15's overbought. We're going up too fast, you know. But we'll see what happens. Maybe you do something like this. You know, that's still bullish in my opinion. That'd still be really bullish, in my opinion. It'd still get you to $58,000 exactly, $57,950. So to me, if you make a falling wedge here, it's not the end of the world. But that's a crazy move. You went to 58,300 almost, and now you're back to 56,300. You just went and dropped $1,000. I mean, I don't know. If you're trading this, good luck. You know, if you weren't in before today. If you weren't in since like yesterday, I feel like it'd be really hard to do any kind of leverage trading on Bitcoin. You would just you'd be getting destroyed, you know. This is pretty crazy volatility. Just add an elevator to your flag. I mean, at this point, you know. Is it wrong time to sell render? All-time highs tonight. It's possible, but I think it's on. I think we need consolidation at some point. Jasmine is dropping. What does that say? Jasmine is dropping while everything else is pumping. Is Jasmine dropping? I wouldn't really care what alts are doing because people are going to be selling alts to FOMO into Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin Dominance is doing very well on the 15-minute. I don't think Jasmine's dumping. It's down 3%. I guess it's down 3% in an hour and a half, but that's really not that crazy. An hour, 12 minutes. That's like a cup and handle. I mean, that's very bullish consolidation on Jasmine. I already went over this, but I don't know if I saw this. So that's like a cup and I mean, like maybe it just formed. That's probably why. I don't know, but that's like ridiculously bullish. If you hold this level, this thing's gonna continue up. Like Jasmine could go to 1.7 tonight, and not. That's just probably gonna happen. That's what I'd be looking at. It's 1.7 for Jasmine. Very likely that happens, especially if Bitcoin holds this level. Bitcoin's making a falling wedge now, and Bookmap says 58,000 is happening. I believe that's where we're going next. Yeah, Bitcoin is at 4K in 24 hours, so that's the next move is $58,000. That's just the next move. Bookmap is confirming that's very likely. That's where you have a lot of sell orders. A lot of short orders, and that's why we keep pumping. People keep posting these shorts at $58,000 thinking, hey, this has got to be our top because we're overbought, and maybe at some point it will be for a short period of time. But if too many people are short, that's why the price keeps going up because they keep getting liquidated, and it's just, that's how that works. So this looks very bullish to me for another move up to 58,000 for a higher high for this year and for tonight. Well, let's see what happens. Bitcoin has gone parabolic in the last 24 hours, I would say. So be cautious, you know. I guess I'll think. Let me see if there's anything else. Got in for these moves at 50. I think bull run is here. H-bar prediction. I don't know about H-bar. I don't have a prediction for H-bar. I don't really care about H-bar, to be frank with you. If I see a trade, I'll take it. A trade on it. Bitcoin's see guys, Bitcoin's going parabolic. Mexia just told me Bitcoin is up 2.43% in 15 minutes for Bitcoin that's out of control. So we need some consolidation. I mean, maybe the rest of the night you go down, and then maybe tomorrow morning when the U.S. stock market opens, maybe that's when we see the move to 58,000. If that's what happens, that's probably one of the better things to happen. That'll give the 1 hour time frame to reset, and then you can make a higher low on the 1 hour, and then, because if you go straight up, that's so much fun. But to me, you need consolidation. The 1 minute right now says you can keep going up. So I would say if you hold the level of 56.2, we can keep going to the upside. If you lose that level, you're going to look from probably downside. That's probably your if you lose 56,200, that's probably your top for the night. For the people that just joined, I do want to let you know we have a Telegram group for join that, and we also have a Discord which is where I have my trading channel. I just opened that like 2 weeks ago, so feel free to check that out. And I post charts throughout the day and all that good stuff. But that's what I'm looking at right now. So should we sell coin? I don't even know what that means. Appreciate it, Itchy. So anyways, that's just what I'm looking for. Bitcoin, there's you lost that level basically. I would call that for the top, unfortunately, but Bookmap still says $58,000 has a lot of liquidity. Although now it's frozen, so maybe it's I might need to restart Bookmap because I think it just froze on me. So I'll just restart that. And Bitcoin hasn't lost 56.2. It was very close. Well, you touched it, you kissed it. If you stay above it, I'm bullish. I don't know. I'm not going to do price predictions because I just think that's too hard to judge. It depends on what happens. It depends on what the news is. Right now, the charts are telling me there's going to be bullish news for something crypto related. More banks are going to fail. I'm bullish based on the chart. Usually when the price pumps, that tells you something bigger is happening in the market. When the price dumps, that tells you something bearish is about to happen. Right now the charts tell me something bullish is about to happen in the crypto space. And I don't want to be subscribed to whatever that is. I want to look at Ethereum. See, this is annoying. So, okay. Is it loading? All right. I thought I was going to have to reinstall Bookmap again. It's still like not loading though. Oh my god. This is going to drive me nuts. It's frozen. I don't know what's going on. I wonder if it froze because who knows? It says connection lost. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. This is working. Like, why is it saying connection lost? Especially when I'm trying to see where I need it right now. Because I trade with Bookmap. I need this to work. Why is it doing this? Hold on. That's weird. Like, what? Is my internet this slow? There we go. Finally. Alright, thank God. Just delete that. Okay. There's still a lot of liquidity up there at 58,000. I see it kind of waning now, but I still think if you stay above 56.2, we're good. That could be lost very quickly, but I think Bitcoin easily breaks the all-time high this year. I'll just say that. Alrighty. Let's see if we have any other requests. I don't see any, so I kind of want to just wait here, though, and see what happens if we can hold this 56.2 level. If we can't, then the bigger time frames need to make a higher low, and I think that's going to happen. But if we keep pumping, that'd be pretty cool to watch. But, yeah, now you're within $100 of me being bearish for the night. 3 minutes going to make a higher low as though. You never know. Maybe now on the higher time frames, the 15 resets and you come back down to 55.5, which I was telling you is the level I want to come down to. I want to see Bitcoin go back to 55.5 if we are going to have a bigger consolidation. If Bitcoin only goes down to 55.5 and then that gives the 1 hour time to reset and the 15 time to reset, that is ridiculously bullish for like tomorrow, you know? So to me, if that's your high, that's okay. Just look at the bigger time frame. Bigger time frame tells me that we're still bullish if we hold these levels. If we make a higher low at 55.5, that is just really good for the rest of the day tomorrow and maybe for the rest of the week. But if that's your high, if this is your high on Bitcoin for the next week, as long as we make a higher low above 52K, I'm still bullish. So to me, I'm liking where Bitcoin's at right now, Bitcoin right now, if you stay above $56,200, it's likely we continue to the upside, make a new high. Right now, the 1 minute time frame looks like it's trying to break out of this falling wedge. The 3 minutes getting oversold or close to oversold. I see this continuing. If we stay above 56.2, it looks like that's what we're going to do at this point. This could, in the next 15 minutes, we could see a new high on Bitcoin. When you get crazy price action like this, I look at the 1 minute time frame to see what's going on and kind of see, to tell me what's going on next. I see orders, leaving and going at that 58K level. I would just say people are flirting with that 58K level on Bookmap. I would just say people have short plate orders there. You might get some short-term pullback at 58K, but you could get another short squeeze. This could really take us to 66K if the 1 minute keeps making flags, And now another way to look at it is, yes, you made this falling wedge on the 1 minute time frame for Bitcoin, but also look at this. If you continue to the upside here, this is a rounded bottom, and another thing is it's like a slightly it's like a slanted cup and handle too, right? So now what you want to see on the 1 minute time frame is for this to make some kind of a cup or some sort of a handle, I should say, on the 1 minute time frame. If that happens, you take it from the last local high to the last local low. Whoops. Now, it's just kind of hard on the 1 minute time frame to see anything, but the 1 minute time frame is also suggesting you get back to 56.8. Nothing crazy. Yeah, 56.8. That's a $300 move. So I don't know, but I like this bigger move to 58K later tonight, or maybe very soon, if you continue to the upside. If you lose 56.2, I think that's your high for the night. So, but a ton of orders there at 58K. SYNC. SYNCUS. This says no liquidity. Like, I'm not gonna look at this because I'm just gonna, I do TA on coins like this. I think it's okay to gamble and stuff like this, but I'm not gonna do. You can't. That's crazy. The damn thing was at 2.6, and now you're at look at this. First of all, you can't do TA on a coin like this. I don't think so. The thing is down basically 99% since the 15th in 11 days. This is where you gamble. I don't think trading is gambling, but when you buy stuff like this, it is. You either do 100x on your money really quick. That's a 40x on your money if it goes back to those highs, but to me, that's not even worth the risk. Why am I looking at this? No. I think it's fun to gamble a few bucks here because, if you turn $1 into $40 or $100 into 4,000, that's kind of fun. But I would be putting like a 1% of my portfolio in a scam coin like this because it's very likely you just keep going to the downside. If you trade, then so be it. But overall, that's just not, I can't do TA on that, really. It's pretty hard. So, thank you for the follow, Sleepy. Let me see if there's any other requests. If not, I'm probably going to wrap things up. I did want to see if Bitcoin's going to hold this level at $56,200. As of now, it kind of seems like you might hold it. The 3 minute time frame for Bitcoin is making a higher low. The 5 minutes probably still overbought. Yeah, it is. So it's going to take some time. The 15, 10's curving down. There's a chance now for the next hour you put your high in. Yeah. I guess I'll just keep it simple. Bitcoin stays above $56,200. I'm still bullish. If you lose that level, that's probably your high for the night. I guess I can kind of leave it at that. Anyways, that's kind of all I got. I've been live for a while now. I'll be back live Monday. I'll be back live Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time. And if the market goes crazy tomorrow, I don't know, maybe I'll go live tomorrow as well. But I'll definitely be back live on Saturday. And if I have to change the time I go live because I work, then I'll let you know in my Telegram group, which is free to join. Link to join that is in the description below. But that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I think we see 58K. If we stay above 58.2, 56.2, I mean, we're going to see 58K very soon. But the 15 is about to start curling down. The 10's already curling down. You know, so now you need the 15 to reset and make a higher low. I think it's almost impossible for it to make a lower low at this point, at least on the 15 minute. But here's the thing. If you lose 56.2, it's over. At least for tonight, in my opinion. Because then that would confirm that the 15 is about to reset. And it's probably about to reset. You might make one more high and then reset, but the 15 is overbought. You need that to reset. When it's over, you know, you don't want to buy when it's overbought. So, now Bitcoin's losing that low level. I would say, I'm not surprised. I'd say there's a 60% chance that's their high for the night. But I do think in the next 24 hours, Bitcoin sees 58K. There's really no resistance right here where we are, except for the fact you overbought and you need to make a higher low. And you put a higher high in, now you need to make a higher low. But like if you just look at the daily chart, last time you were at these levels, you went straight from 55K to 65K. You had a little resistance at 65K up to 70K. But really, until we see 65K, I mean, we could be making new resistance here at 58K or 57.4, whatever. But overall, I think we need some consolidation for a few hours, and then maybe tomorrow when the market opens in the stock market, we can see a new high for Bitcoin. I mean, if that's what happens, I'm completely fine with that. I'm chilling in my trade. I entered it literally yesterday, and I'm up probably a lot of money, like several $100s on just $50. So I'm chilling right now. New here, but should you buy? Should I? I would wait for the 15 to reset. Are you talking about long term or short term? I don't have thoughts on Celio. So Bitcoin's about to lose 56.2 probably, but I still think we see 58K. If not tonight, then tomorrow. We'll see what happens. You know. A lot of the book map agrees that 58K is going to happen. So I would watch for the 15 minute for that to possibly reset on the stock RSI. And then when that happens, then kind of watch Bitcoin. You know, that's just what I'm looking for. That's what I'd be watching for. So it's very healthy in a very bullish uptrend to get consolidation, because if you don't, it's just gonna crash as fast as it rose. So this is the 15 minute. I'm trying to flag it out. The 15, if it does flag out, you could see like close to 60K and then later this week or maybe tomorrow. But the 15 definitely needs to reset. So probably very likely that's about to start happening. So I mean, I'll just keep it simple. That's what I'm looking for. If you stay above 56.2, then it doesn't need to reset just yet, but that's really the now. So now it's 56.2, in my opinion, is support. If you lose it, then it's going to become resistance, as well as 57.2 is also going to become resistance. So a very minor resistance, but it is going to be resistance. So long term, well, you should already have your bags of Bitcoin. I'm still buying altcoins though, because I think altcoins are just getting started. A lot of altcoins have already done a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x, 100x. But the altcoin I'm looking at, like the higher cap ones, are probably still have a lot of, at least another 10x in them. So, yeah. I probably need to get out of here, but let me make this line thicker. That's way I can't even read that. So make the support and resistance lines for Cello. If you stay above 55 cents, you're going to $1.20. there's not much liquidity to the downside on Bitcoin. Like, there's some, but there's more up at 58K. I think it's just likely you see 58K. I don't know when that happens, but that's what the TA is telling me, and that's also what Bookmap is agreeing. So 58K is probably going to happen sooner than you think. Alright guys, I'll probably get out of here now. I'll be back live Monday 7 p.m. or Saturday. I'll be back live Saturday night. I don't know if it'll be 7 p.m. Central Time, but it'll be Saturday night. I'll let you know in the Telegram group what time I'm going live, because I think I work Saturday night at my other job, so I don't know if I can go live at that time. But if I can, it'll be 7 p.m. Otherwise, I think it'll probably be earlier in the afternoon. And if crypto gets crazy tomorrow, I'll go live again probably. But right now, it looks like Bitcoin's about to lose 56.2. You're in the 15 will reset. And if you stay above 55.5, that's very bullish. I would like to see Bitcoin stay above 55.5 on the 15-minute chart. And if you do that, Bitcoin's probably going to have a nice move to 58K tomorrow. Doesn't mean that if you lose 55.5, you can't get a move to 58K tomorrow, but I think it's less likely. So that's what I'm looking at. Bitcoin's probably going to lose it here, and that is what it is. That's your high for the night, I would say. Yep, so that's fine. It is what it is. I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Until then, trade safe. Have a great week. And, yeah, that's the wrap. I'm going to post my charts to the trading group, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, y'all. Always use a stop loss. That's my tip for the night. Gala too late to get in? I don't know. I think a lot of these coins are still going to do another 10x. So now that you lost 56.2, it's likely you see a dump though, which is fine. You're up massively for the day. Okay, I'm going to end the YouTube stream. Wow, 3 hours of watch time. That's like